Yeah. One West. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. We work hard in a life, hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and a dig it in a road and a live my life. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now me a seek time for myself and we a shell down some party. Me stressed, me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to the girl inna the beach dress. The body a roll and she a the neatest. She nah no man, nah that a the weakness. So me the in her ears but not like a real pest. Nah, just a move with a vibe. Because we a pour the mood is alive. If you do 9 to 5 I know you a get rich, you do realize. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now we a pour kulu rump and Hennessy we compare. That is it. Move to that girl, the body thing. What is it? You know see me a talk loud the politics. Watch it twist. No one see no chick flick, no matic clip. No negative energy, a positive. One way I keep the peace and no magic trick. We are dance till the night gone. We are groove, we are vibe. And no care, no fear right off. Make it home with your life. Me say, me no want see you leave yet. Me no want see you depressed. We are party for de-stress. We work hard in a life, hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and I mash up the road and not live no life. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Me stressed, me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to the girl inna the peach dress. The body a roll and she a the neatest. She nah no man so that a the weakness. So me the inna it here that a no real test. Nah. Yeah. One West. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. We work hard in a life, hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and a dig it in a road and a live my life. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now me a seek time for myself and we a shell down some party. Me stressed, me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to the girl inna the peach dress. The body a roll and she a the neatest. She nah no man, nah that a the weakness. So me the in her ears but not like a real pest. Nah, just a move with a vibe. Because we a pour the mood is alive. If you do 9 to 5 I know you a get rich, you do realize. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now we a pour kulu rump and Hennessy we compare. That is it. Move to that girl, the body thing. What is it? You know see me a talk loud the politics. Watch it twist. No one see no chick flick, no matic clip. No negative energy, a positive. One way I keep the peace and no magic trick. We are dance till the night gone. We are groove, we are vibe. And no care, no fear right off. Make it home with your life. Me say, me no want see you leave yet. Me no want see you depressed. We are party for de-stress. We work hard in a life, hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and I mash up the road and not live no life. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Me stressed, me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to the girl inna the peach dress. The body a roll as she a the neatest. She nah no man, so that a the weakness. So me the inna it here, that a no real test. Nah. Yeah. One West. Yeah, easy. I'm sorry, me need a break. I'm sorry. We work hard in a life, hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and a dig it in a road and a live no life. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now me a seek time for myself and we a shell down some party. Me stressed, me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to the girl inna the peach dress. The body a roll as she a the neatest. She nah no man, nah that a the weakness. So me the in her ears but not like a real pest. Nah, just a move with a vibe. Because we are poor, the mood is alive. If you do 9 to 5 and now you a get rich, you do realize. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now we are poor, kulu rump and NSC with Campari. That is it. Move to the girl, the body thing. What is it? You know see me attack loud the politics. Watch it twist. No one see no ratchet flick, no matic click. No negative energy, a positive. One West I keep the peace and no magic trick. We are dance till in icon. We are groove, we are vibe. And no care, no fear right off. Make it on with your life. Me say, me no want see you leave yet. Me no want see you depressed. We are party for de-stress. We work hard in a life. Hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and I mash up the road and not live no life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Me stress. Me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to the girl inna the peach dress. The body a roll as she a the neatest. She nah no man, so that a the weakness. So me the inna it here, that a no real test. Nah.
Shalom Israel, welcome again to another ISUPK Jamaica Wednesday night law class. My name is Priest and Officer 500 Kayadwan Banyamian out of ISUPK Jamaica. ISUPK started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. ISUPK is run by Commanding General YAHANNA, the one man with the rank and the authority to lead the nation of Israel, which is blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians today. See? All right, so, you know what I mean? For those who don't know about the ISUPK is the home of the truth. What is the truth? The truth is blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians are the real Israelites in the Bible. You know what I mean? This secret was kept from us, you know what I mean? Because the person who enslaved us, you know what I mean, still have us in slavery. You know what I mean? They stole our records, knowing that they enslaved God's chosen people. You know what I mean? So, yeah, why would you tell your slaves that they are God's chosen people? See? And any rational person can understand how we would have lost our identity. We lost our identity because we were born in slavery. You understand? So over time, the memory of who we are would dissipate. Same like how you don't have, you know what I mean, women today making, we call it blue jazz and all of the Jamaican culture, like back in the past, japs. Women nowadays now make japs and blue jars and, you know what I mean? The youth them nowadays now play marble. Why? Because nobody never pass on that knowledge to them to say, yo, hey, you can play marble, you know. See? So that's what happened to us. We were born in slavery. Our foreparents, their culture was stripped from them. So nobody taught us who we are. So over time, we forgot who we are as a nation. You know, yeah, a simple 1, 2, 3. It's easy for happen. It don't even have to take 100 years. You know what I mean? It's easy for happen. So we live in here Jamaica now. We follow the trend that we learn that was taught by the oppressor and throughout his institutions that he created. That we are Jamaicans, that we are native to this land. We know that we're not native to the land, but true, we don't know where we come from. You know what I mean? For the most part, them tell we Africa, you know what I mean? We don't get no brief, we not get a deep history on which part and where it did name and which language we used to speak and where. So we need to bother pray that because we're over here so and we're poor. You know what I mean? We have to live hand to mouth. So who cares who we are? You know what I mean? Yeah, no black person in Jamaica don't know who we are. Yeah, the Trinidadians, them are the same. Yeah, the Cuban, them are the same. You know what I mean? North American Negroes are the same. The Brazilians, them, yeah, them don't know who them is. But who cares? Yo, cost of living high and the system heavy pan way, me have to survive. Me out of go to school. You know what I mean? The most we can do, you know what I mean, relegate myself to frivolous bantering, you know what I mean, about who have the most knowledge upon history and rare, where we don't really know, we don't know historical facts. The best we can do, a brag and boast, say, hey, me know this and me know that, when in reality, we know but little. We don't know nothing. We never make it with duty to find out and search. We just hear a little thing there, hear a little thing there, and then we say, all right, yeah, me I go, you know what I mean? Me I go formulate my thoughts around them sets of knowledge where, you know what I mean, my encounter throughout my life. But really and truly, never really study nothing. You know what I mean? Me never really go nowhere to learn who we are. So we call ourselves Rastafarian. We call ourselves African from the Bantu tribe, and anything was sound good to it, we just adapt to it. Same like the Christians. The Christians, you know what I mean, them pick the church that entertains them the most and with them like, and they like how the pastor preach. You know what I mean? Nothing too deep. You know what I mean? When it comes to knowing who we are as a people, we not think too deep. It's a headache. You know what I mean? We can't bother with it. Yeah, me believe some things in the Bible, but you know what I mean? The Rasta man help us to tell me, say, yo, you know what I mean? Selassie is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. That me believe. Me not believe in them white Jesus. You know what I mean? And yeah, even though the Bible say I'm black, me about the whole Bible. Because I not believe in a Christianity. I believe in a Christianity, and you know what I mean? Me not believe saying black. I believe saying black, but color don't matter. Nobody really, you know what I mean? Nobody really refined the thing to find out who we really are and what our purpose, you know what I mean, here on earth. Except the ISUPK and the commanding General YAHANNA. You understand the home of the truth? Except commanding General YAHANNA and the soldiers in the ISUPK. We take this thing serious. And we will not, you know what I mean, make some little stupid, what I call it now, and silly school of thought and, you know what I mean, some little silly way of life and belief structure. We're not going to make it stand. And the Rastafari, you know what I mean, community, you know, the Rastafari belief is one. You know what I mean? And this is no, what I call it though, we don't hate our brothers and sisters in the Rastafari community. If you notice, we refer to them as brothers and sisters. We're not talking about the white people, them let in. White people live up above oil and white people are priests up on that. See? We're not talking about them. Them is not our brother. But the black, you know what I mean, and Hispanic Rastafari and them are our brethren. Them are our brother. But we don't share the same belief and ideology. when it comes to Rastafariism itself, we step on that, man. We trample that because we know that is a lie. And we know that, you know what I mean, the foundation that is built upon is even a weak foundation. Like anybody can just read 2 articles back in our history and say Rastafariism is just nonsense. Rastafariism came about because our people felt a need to go against the system, and it is right. It is right that our people, you know what I mean, felt that need. But upon seeking an alternative to Christianity and to go up against this oppressive system, our people didn't do them due diligence to see if what they are now venturing to is something truthful and something that would benefit the lives of our people. You know what I mean? So them just frivolously just go off into Rastafariism. You know what I mean? Especially because Rastafariism gave them the leave to become weed addicts. It was so easy for our people to become weed junkies. And that is why Rastafariism spread like wildfire. You understand? And me still going to say, the FBI and the CIA still behind the push of Rastafari, or the inception of Rastafari. Is it Rastafari them back then probably was too high and weak to realize, because during those times, you know what I mean, the oppressor was very active. But anyway, that is my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm left from my opinion now to facts. Zane? All right, so what we are going to do here now, so there's this video about ISUPK. Everybody know ISUPK. There's a little black youth from America. You know what I mean? A brother. Zane, who him stream and him travel the world in these days. You know what I mean? And go to different places. Well, couple weeks ago, he went to Ethiopia and they brought him to the tomb of Selassie. Zane, the Ethiopian priest brought him into the church to the tomb of Selassie. Right? But wait, the tomb of Selassie? Selassie is dead. So how is the Rastafari community telling us that Selassie not dead? And Selassie have a tomb? You understand? It's not like them teach that Selassie rose on the 3rd day. Them just say Selassie never dead. So why is there a tomb of Selassie? It's because Selassie dead. But we're going to jump to this video. You know what I mean? Those on TikTok now got able to see it, but those watching on YouTube, we're going to share it on the screen so they can see it. See? Remember to like, share, follow, subscribe to this channel, the ISUPK YouTube channel. You know what I mean? And also follow our Facebook page. We are on all social media platforms. See?
Oh, that's the tomb?
Yeah, you can come here. And
I can come in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the tomb?
Yeah, you can come here. And
I can come in?
Yeah, that's His Majesty, the Emperor.
The Emperor?
Yes.
The first?
That's His Majesty, the Emperor.
The Emperor?
Yes.
That's His Majesty, the Emperor, Haile Selassie. That's his tomb. You understand? These are the Ethiopians. You know what I mean? Frivolous. I'll use that word, I like that word, frivolously. So, you know what I mean? Them frivolously just let this celebrity just waltz into them thing that they give him this celebrity treatment. You know what I mean? Because really and truly it's all about money. You know what I mean? Because he's a celebrity from America, them give him the red carpet. The whole church set up this whole meeting for a streamer. For somebody who stream on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, and give him the royal treatment and walk him straight into them church to see Selassie too. Probably if you did go, them would show you Selassie too. But because Speed is this, you know what I mean, big streamer, them just waltz him into the church and show him the tomb of Haile Selassie. Let's play that part again.
That's His Majesty, the Emperor.
The Emperor?
Yes.
I don't know if you don't hear it on TikTok. See? But the video is there. Just type in ISUPK visits Ethiopia, Haile Selassie's tomb. You understand? You will hear it there. See? This is the tomb of the Emperor Haile Selassie. And I show Speed said, this is his tomb? And Speed was behaving so, you know what I mean, reverent, because this is an emperor. But this is an emperor that the Rastafari community teach us here over Jamaica, thousands of miles away, that is not dead, that he is not dead. But thousands of miles away over there in Ethiopia, everybody knows him dead. As a matter of fact, his tomb is in that church over there. You understand? And it is so easy for us to be deceived because we have never been to certain places. And we have leaders who, you know what I mean, they know that. Just like the Christian church. You understand? Because the Christian church know that you will never read the Bible because you can't read, you know what I mean, beyond the third grade level. They know you will never read the Bible. Like if you can read, they know that you don't care enough to read the Bible. So them can sell you any lie them can, just like the Christian church. You understand? But in the time of the internet, the world is connected. Me can leave Jamaica now and go to Ethiopia by just clicking a button and watch a video. I know exactly what is going on in Ethiopia. And in Ethiopia, they have the tomb of Haile Selassie, which means Haile Selassie is dead. So why is the Rastafari community telling you that Haile Selassie is not dead? Haile Selassie is dead. We're going to continue playing this tape.
The first emperor?
The last emperor of Ethiopia.
Oh my God. Rest in peace, emperor. Okay. Ethiopia. Oh, we gotta go? Okay, all right, let's go. Let's go then, let's go. If we gotta go, we gotta go. I just wanted to see it real quick.
And you know why Speed went to Africa? Because he was touring down Africa. You know why Speed went to Africa? Because of the lies that he and all of us was told that we are Africans. And I notice with some of the streamers, man like DDG and them man, see? Them a go to Africa. Why? Because they might try find out who them is. So even with the wealth and, you know what I mean, all of the money where them accumulate, them still want to know who them is. So them go to Africa because they were told that they were Africans. You understand? And then show the most reverence to these people that is not their people. These Africans are not their people, but them don't know. You understand? Them don't know. We were told by who? Who were we told by that we were Africans? Anybody in the chat? Anyone in the chats? Anyone in the chats? Can somebody tell me who told us that we were Africans? Who told us that we were Africans? And we not talk about no FBA movement thing. We not say we are native to this land, neither. Because we know that our Hispanic brothers and sisters, the Arawak, the Taino, they are the natives to this land. They are the ones that, you know what I mean, conquered this land to be the first mankind to live in the Americas. So we now say we the Benjamites and the Levites and the Judites, who are the Negroes. We now say we're native to this land. Unless you are of Hispanic descent, because you have Negroes amongst them too. Then we now say we are FBA. And we now say we are Native Indians. The Native Indians are here. You know what I mean? And they are our brothers. We are not Native Indians. Then, but who told us that we were Africans? If somebody can tell me in the chat, would I be so surprised, so happy and so surprised. I'm going to 15 seconds before I'm going to the answer. Who told us that we were Africans? Let me see if you know. Let me see if you know think. All right, so Fire Sound One say we come from Africa. We were taken from Africa, but we did not come from Africa. But Masu come back to that. Zane, we have 5 seconds left. Who told us that we were Africans? 3, 2, 1. You know who told us that we were Africans? The slave master, the white man. He told us that we were Africans. He was the one that taught you in primary school through his curriculum, even here in Jamaica, that we are Africans. See? It wasn't your grandmother. It wasn't your mother. You understand? If your mother tell her, it's because the white man tell her. And if your mother tell her, it's because the white man tell him and tell she. See? Them all learn that in a school. School teachers say you're African. You understand? The church teachers say you're African. But all this time the church had their history, you know what I mean, pan the pulpit. But them rather tell us say you're African when you're not the Africans. No, somebody said, we come from Africa. No, we don't come from Africa. We were taken from Africa. We come from the Middle East. And we landed in Africa for a place of refuge, fleeing from our enemies. You see, our history never started in the year 1600 or the year 94, or 1492 when the slave trade started, you know. That is not when our history started, you know. Our history started, you know what I mean, from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is approximately about 3,000 years. See? That is when our history is not 1,000 years old, you know. Our history is not 400 years old, you know. Our history is more than 3,000 years old. As a nation, history is about 2,000 years and odd. As a nation, when the Most High made a covenant with us. So our history is not where there. But where there, them take we out of the land of Africa. So how did we end up in Africa? We end up in Africa because we had to flee out of Jerusalem. Because the Romans, which is the same white man that enslaved us, see, the Romans destroyed Jerusalem. So we flee from our homeland and fled down in Africa. And most of us settled on the west coast of Africa. So no, brother, we are not Africans. We never come from Africa, but we ended up in Africa. You understand? And because we ended up in Africa, now, you know what I mean, them can teach us that we are Africans, but we are not. Because the same Africans, the same people them what you call Africans, kick we out of them land. Hated us so much that they wanted us out. Because we outperformed them in every single way, shape, and form. We were prospering at their expense because we are God's chosen people. We you know what I mean? God bless you with something where we better than the Africans. And let me just squeeze the scene, you know what I mean? While me talk, we don't look like an African. We look like an African. We don't stop it, man. We don't stop it, man. We are forced ourselves to be African. We don't look like an African. But anyway, Zane, we settled on the west coast of Africa over a period of time. But the Africans, them want we out of them land. Because now we are be the alpha upon them land. Because we're stronger than them and we're smarter than them. You understand? But despite us being stronger than them and smarter than them, we were still sinning against our God. So the Most High was not with us. So what the Africans them do, them team up with the white man. The same descendants of the Romans and the Greeks. You understand? Which are our enemies. And them sold us into slavery. The white man give them guns, weaponry where we never have. And give them the advantage. And them capture we and sell we. The white man never enter into Africa and kidnap nobody. That is another lie. Zane, white people never enter Africa and kidnap nobody. The Africans them, when know them land, with the help of the white man and him guns and him weaponry, was able to overthrow it. Was able to, you know what I mean? in different scenarios, capture we and sell weapons for them slave ports. Because one thing with the Africans, they are infamous for selling slaves. And the Africans, them, are the first slave owners. See? Brother, you are all Ethiopian, the Israelites. All right, so somebody make a statement. So we are all Ethiopians. All right, so the person who made that statement, don't leave. Just remain right here. Make sure you stay in this class because you say Israelite and Ethiopian in the same sentence, which we know that the Bible is the records of the Israelites. We're going to show you in the Bible that the Israelites and the Ethiopians are different. So we don't want to hear this no more. See? We don't want to hear this no more. Say, yo, yeah, it's like you said the Chinese and the Germans are the same. And I mean, in a sense, you basically call two races of a nation of people a while ago and say them are the same. That's like saying the Koreans and the Africans are the same. Well, Ethiopians and Israelites are two different races of people. But we're going to show you soon. So what we just showed you a while ago is Speed. I show Speed, the streamer. First sound say Israelite in Africa too. All right. You're not wrong. But the majority of Israelites were sold into the transatlantic slave trade. So like less than 1% Israelite in Africa. You know what I mean? Including those that, you know what I mean, left from over here because of the Marcus Garvey mentality and because of the Liberian experiment back in the 1800s. Some of them went back over to Africa. So yes, you have Israelites over there in Africa, yes. But what I'm trying to say that native Africans are not Israelites. You understand? The people, the original people of that land, we and them are not the same. Our land is the Middle East. The Garden of Eden, God's favorite land where them a fight over right now. You understand? That's our land. The Africans, them, Africa is for them land. The Hamites. The Africans, they are Hamites. We are Shemites. You understand? We come from Shem. See? The Africans, them come from Ham. Two different complete bloodline of people. And it's not far-fetched. Don't confuse being dark skin as being the same race of people. That would be ignorant. Because there are so many different races of dark-skinned people on this earth. And before the white man became so numerous, the dark-skinned peoples reign on this earth. And they did not consider themselves to be the same. They would go to war with each other, overthrow each other, and enslave each other. So don't get caught up in this dark skin being one race of people. No. We are dark skin and Africans are dark skin. But we are two different races of people. You understand? The whole of Africa was Ethiopia, 14th, 15th century map. Yeah, I agree with you. All right, I agree with you to an extent. Zane, but I'm going to say this to you. Ancient Ethiopia never started in Africa. It started in the Middle East. Ancient Ethiopia, the ancient Cushites ruled in Mesopotamia, the Middle East. Then them go conquer Africa. Just like how our native Indian brothers and our Northern Kingdom brothers, the Hispanic and the native Indians, when they came over here, no man never live over here, so you know. I just dinosaur and thing there, and lion and, well, no lion, probably not lion, but tiger and, you know what I mean, the Amazon jungle and them thing there when them come over here, you know. You understand? No, mankind never there, so it was the same with Africa, because civilization started in the Middle East, but now mankind have to multiply and spread out. So the Hamites The children of Ham, they went to Africa and they populate Africa. And it's not from way back then, because we kicked them out at the Middle East. We overthrow them and run them out. The Most High, it in a Genesis and Exodus and Leviticus and them book there, where the Most High tell you to destroy the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hittites, the Hivites. You know what I mean? These are the children of Ham. They are who we unalive and kick out and then go populate Africa. The Egyptians, them, I guess, and the Ethiopians, they were the first inhabitants of Africa. You understand? Because Egypt was long time to them, so them go down at that long time and, you know what I mean, capture a part of the land, and, you know what I mean, but not even all of the land. But eventually we call it subdue the entire land of Africa, or quote unquote Africa, because Africa is not the name of the land. Africa is named after Italian general called Leo Scipius Africanus. See? So the white man named Africa today. But you say it's Ethiopia, you know what I mean, or the land of Kush or whatever. See? That was the name. So Africa, no. But what I'm saying is we are not them. You understand? The Africans and us, two different races of people. See? But with upon the whole Rastafari thing, you know, see? Where, you know what I mean? We see ISUPK visit Haile Selassie grave, which means what? For the people who just are coming, what does that mean about Haile Selassie? If ISUPK was allowed to visit Haile Selassie's tomb, what does that mean about Haile Selassie? Does that mean Haile Selassie is still alive? Or did Haile Selassie die? Like, and you know what I mean? Contrary to Rastafari, I believe. All right, so we're going to read about the death of Haile Selassie. See? So this is the imprisonment. So this is a pro-Rastafari website. The website name is the HaileSelassie.com. See? And this says the imprisonment and death. You understand? Let's read. By 1974, the Derg had amassed great amount of power in Ethiopia. Besides the Derg, Ethiopia has just suffered through a major drought. Students, teachers, and other members of the civilian were discontent with the underdevelopment and economic stagnation of Ethiopia and were constantly protesting. See, the Derg, birthed from the army, took the opportunity to seize power. What is that? What is that called when the military take over the nation and overthrow the government? What is that called? For time's sake, that is called a coup. So a military coup took place. You understand? Let's continue. They began by arresting members of the government. Del Boca. So this is a book, Del Boca, page 325. See? That is a quotation from that book. See? They also began a negative propaganda against the emperor, accusing him of theft, ignoring the drought, and deserting Ethiopians. You know what I mean? So this was their charge against Haile Selassie. There was a drought and he mismanaged the country, causing thousands of people to be unalived because of his greed. That was a reason for them uprising. See? By the fall of 1974, they had accomplished enough to turn public opinion against the monarch. On September 11, 1974, the Derg televised a documentary showing the drought that was unknown to most Ethiopians, while at the same time interposing images of emperor feeding his dogs meat, you know what I mean, meat, right? The following day, the Derg arrested the emperor and thus ended Ethiopian monarchy for good. So they overthrew Haile Selassie. Imprisonment of the emperor lasted from September the 12th, 1974 to August 26, 1975, which was just under a year. For most of his imprisonment, he was held in the old palace of Emperor Menelik. See, he was forbidden. So Menelik was about 3 emperors before him. You know what I mean? Of course, when you hear the lie about Menelik, the son of Solomon, well, them name this emperor after the fake emperor, where them say is Solomon's son, or the fake son of Solomon, which we're not going into it this class, but we have the proof. We tell us that is a lie. You know what I mean? No son of Solomon, not no gospel. See, we are stick on this today. See, he was often, you know what I mean, he was forbidden communication. All right. He was forbidden communication with the outside world, but he was permitted to read the newspaper, watch TV, or listen to the radio. He was also allowed to have servants. He was often interrogated by the Derg on the suspicion that he had money hidden in European banks. In November of 1974, his money and properties were seized by the Derg. By the summer of 1975, the Derg had decided that emperor had to die. Listen, in the trial held in 1994, after the fall of the Derg, it was determined that the emperor was suffocated to death on the night of August 26 of the early morning of the 27th, or the early morning of the 27th. It was also revealed that Mengistu Haile Mariam was present during the execution. His body was buried in the same compound he was being held in. In 1992, the body was dug up. Haile Selassie was given a proper burial. You know what I mean? Haile Selassie is dead. He was unalived by his own people. You know what I mean? And the first burial was under a toilet. And then them dug him up in the year 2000 and buried him in the same cathedral where you see ISUPK did a tour and I look on him too. So how the Rastafari community tell, and bear in mind, you know, this is the Haile Selassie website. I know my website this, and the rest of them website, this website a vouch FIRME, I try and make him big, and them I say him dead. So who is the Rastafari community? Thousands of miles over here in Jamaica, I tell you, say him not dead. And them I tell you the story upon how him dead. Now this we are trying to teach you people. Be careful of the lies that are taught to us over here in this captivity. You know what I mean? Be careful. Haile Selassie was unalive. A coup took place and them unalive him, strangle him to death, and bury him in a toilet, under a toilet. And then because he was an emperor, them said, no man, can't bury him that way there. Then dig him up in the year 2000 and put him in a tomb in one of them cathedral. So Haile Selassie is dead. You know what I mean? So did we just put to sleep the claim by the Rastafari community that, you know what I mean, Haile Selassie never died and he's still alive? You gotta have some, you know what I mean, Rastafarian high out of their mind. We're going to tell you, say, no go so. Even though this is a historical fact. You understand? Now, we're going to jump to another video of another Rastafarian. You know what I mean? He's a brother, but he's from the Rastafarian faith. He's going to make some claims about Haile Selassie that we are going to put to rest. See? Because we have the whole history on Haile Selassie and the Rastafari community. How it started, you know what I mean? The lies, you know what I mean? How Marcus Garvey hated Haile Selassie. And how the Rastafari community portrayed Marcus Garvey as his prophet when Marcus Garvey never even liked the fellow. He never even liked him. You understand? But we're going to play this tape. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, and share. This is the ISUPK Wednesday night law class. You know what I mean? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are not Ethiopians or Africans. You are the children of God, the Israelites who wrote the Bible. You understand? All right. Let's play this.
This is Emperor Haile Selassie I, you know what I mean? King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering the tribe of Judah. This is the only melanated person who ever defeated Italy, the beast, in this living modern era against a modern army and reclaim his country and spread peace throughout the world. And if you check the war in the 1900s that His Majesty had to fight to defend Ethiopia and reclaim back Ethiopia from Italy Mussolini, and I mean, which is the head of the beast system, you'll know that this is the power of God. And nobody or nothing else could have done that but the power of God in this world that we live in today. In his arm, you can see the scepter. The Bible tells you the scepter shall not depart from the tribe of Judah. The next arm is the harp. The arm, he got the whole world in his arm. And on his head, he has the triple crown. This was the man who was worthy to open the 7 seals, align the 7 chakras, to open the special covenant and the Ark of the Covenant. And yeah, the Ark of the Covenant is in Ethiopia. We got to get up to the time right now. This is the 2026. And I mean, we have to know the truth. We have to go and study. You know what I mean? Study the Bible, study the text, study the cross, study the tablets. His Majesty teachings is...
All right, let me just pause that for a minute. Somebody write, I think we missed some comments too, you know. Somebody write, my people perish through a lack of knowledge. That's from the Bible. And it's talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Somebody say Ethiopians are half Italians. But I disagree with that. But I understand why you would have said that, but I disagree. Rasta is not in the Bible. That's correct. Rasta is not in the Bible. You know what I mean? All right, so this brother, I'm going to make some serious claim. We're going to start off with the first claim with me. Zin, let's pull it up now.
This is Emperor Haile Selassie I, you know what I mean? King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering the tribe of Judah. This is the only melanated person who ever defeated...
Hold on. We now go to the part yet where him say Selassie defeated Italy or Mussolini. Mussolini was the king of Italy at the time, who invaded Ethiopia and make Selassie run with Britain. See? Let's deal with the part where him say Selassie is the lion of the tribe of Judah. As if the Bible never tell we who is the lion of the tribe of Judah. So the Rastafari community, you know what I mean, somewhere impose this title upon Haile Selassie, saying he is the lion of the tribe of Judah that the Bible is talking about, when the Bible tell you who's the lion of the tribe of Judah. See? Let's find it. So, if the Bible tell you who's the lion of the tribe of Judah, you should know and say, all right, somebody else is the lion of the tribe of Judah. Zin? Let's find it. In the meanwhile, everybody just like, share, follow, subscribe. See? All right, we're going to jump to the book of Revelations. We're going to start at verse 1, right? Chapter 1, verse 1. See? This is Revelations chapter 1 and verse 1. And it starts by saying, the revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him. You know what I mean? We now talk his imperial majesty. It's a Jesus Christ. Because the rest of them, wherever them see him in the Bible, they make it be his imperial majesty. Trying to make that simple word, which is referring to a male, to be Selassie. See? The revelation of Jesus Christ, or Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which God gave to him. So God gave a revelation to Jesus Christ to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angels unto his servant John. Right? Let's jump to chapter 5 and verse 5. So the book of Revelation is completely about who? Jesus. That's how it starts. The revelation of Jesus Christ. So when you open the book of Revelation, that is where you see, this is the revealing of Jesus Christ. The entire book of Revelation is talking about Jesus Christ. See? So it said, verse 5, chapter 5 and 5, and one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David has prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals. Who is it talking about? Jesus Christ. You understand? Let's continue reading. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God. See? Verse 7, Slakia, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth. Verse 7, and he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. See? Verse 8, and when he had took the book, the 4 beasts and the 4 and 20 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps, golden vials. Let's skip though. You know what I mean? Verse 9, and they sung a new song. Thou art worthy to take the book and open the seal thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to God by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people. Who was slain? Anybody and their mother will know the Bible know that Jesus was crucified, and he is referred to as the Lamb. And he's also referred to as the Lion of the tribe of Judah, because as we read down, this is we are talking about the same person. So he's called the Lamb and also the Lion of the tribe of Judah. He was slain, and he was able to break the 7th seal or open the 7th seal. This is Jesus, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, a black man from the tribe of Judah. And White said, from the tribe of Judah. White said the Lion of the tribe of Judah. No, your tribe is your family. See, Judah is the head tribe of the nation of Israel. So you have Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Naphtali, Reuben, Ephraim, Gad, Asher, Issachar, and it goes on to 12. See? But Judah was the head tribe, and Jesus came from Judah because he's the son of Joseph. But he was from the seed of David, meaning Joseph, his father, was a descendant of David, which means he had a right to the throne, because from the seed of David, you have a right to the throne. So Jesus now, being a son of Joseph, is from the seed, is the seed and the offspring of David, the king of Israel. You understand? He is the lion of the tribe of Judah. Because Judah's symbol is the lion. But Judah is a tribe within a race of people called the Israelites. These people are a different race of people from Ethiopians. Ethiopians are from the Hamites, and Judah is from the Israelites. Two different bloodline of people. It's like Chinese people and white people. I now compare we to white people or Chinese. Because I tell you how far apart that is. So for you to say that Haile Selassie, for you to impose an Ethiopian into this book or these records called the Bible, written by the Israelites, for you to now say an Ethiopian is the main, you know what I mean, is the protagonist of that book. That a blasphemy, that is a blatant lie. It's like you saying George Washington is a national hero of Jamaica. That's a blatant lie. George Washington wasn't even a Jamaican. I hope you not get to me. I try say, you know, these are some things where the Rastafari community say where it just lodging on the head, but because you don't have no knowledge of the Bible, you don't know the Bible none at all, because the Christian church never teach you the Bible. You say, yeah man, I'm the lion of the tribe of Judah, but in order for you to be the lion, because the lion of the tribe of Judah, we all know is an expression. But we ignore the part that says the tribe of Judah. In order for you to be a tribe from the tribe of Judah, you know what I mean? A Judite would have to be a father. And Haile Selassie is a total different race of people from Judites. So when you get to me and say, let me see the comments there. Zane? When you be here with me, the phone I move kind of slow. I have probably, you know what I mean, get something off of this phone because, boy, for some reason, TikTok live I move slow. But in the meanwhile, everybody want to just stop up the screen, share and like. I want to see them comments. So you have like about 12 comments down here, so I want to see them. You know what I mean? So, Selassie cannot be the lion of the tribe of Judah. In order for you to be a lion of the tribe of Judah, you have to come from Judah. And Selassie don't come from Judah. Selassie come from Ethiopia, a race of people who was always at war with the Judites. The Judites, them and the Ethiopians, them was constantly at war. Let me see if I can find that now. Zin? Let me see if I can pull up that now and just read it to them. Because we are dealing with the Bible, you know, because the problem is Rastafarians, they are claiming an Ethiopian God. And not, but they are using Israelite records to validate this Ethiopian God / king. They are saying this emperor is their God and this emperor is their king, even though this emperor comes from Ethiopia. But the thing that they are using to validate him is the records of another people that has nothing at all to do with him. See? So let me find it. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right, so this is when the Judites, when Judah defeated the Ethiopians. You can't make this up, you know. Zane, let me see where we should start. Zane, we in 2nd Chronicles. And the reason why we have to bring out them things, because kill our people dead, an Ethiopian come from the tribe of Judah. But we have to go show you, say, the Judite or Judah and the Ethiopians, then did that war. See? Let me find it. So with our Chronicles, 2 Chronicles 14. Let me see when we can start. Give me a second. All right, let's start reading from verse 1 and then we'll skip through. See? So this is Second Chronicles 14 and 1. So Abijah slept with his father. So Abijah was a king of Israel, king of Judah. Because you have to be from the tribe of Judah to be a king. You know what I mean? All right, this phone here move away. This phone here move away, star. Only give me a second, see if I can get TikTok back up. Then probably I see me, but the phone freeze by my end before I delete something off of this phone. See? Let me see if I close this. What is?
Tell you something. What I'm trying to say, this is simple. What I'm trying to say, this ain't difficult. I'm trying to say simply is that, you know, if we would see what they're doing and turn to ourselves to step into the light with the Most High, we would change ourselves overnight. We have.
Give me a second. Let me see if I can pull up back the live. Something come up on the screen a while ago. I don't know if it was a strike. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can pull up back the live. I don't know if I take down the live or what. See? But the class you have to go on. You know what I mean? Yo, a time for us Lego them stupid lies there. You know what I mean? Where that we were taught over years. In a time for us get rid of them lie there. But for some reason the phone I move messed up. I have to just wait till it thing there. Give me a second. Let's see if the live I pull up back. Yeah, in the meanwhile, just like, share, follow. You know the thing go. We saw thing there again. You know what I mean? Right, let's just close the app and come back because bear with me. Probably need to upgrade the phone here or something. Close some of them things. Give me a second. We're going to jump up back on TikTok. Because we not make that one here just, you know what I mean? We not make them kick way off of that one here. Yeah, we not make them kick way off of that one here because this is very important for our people now. So let me just close some of them up here. On my phone, free up some, you know what I mean, processing power and get back to this. All right. Hopefully it can kick off back the live where me left off. Sometimes it does. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just say the hell with the live and we have to start over back again.
She got every man a dream out. So me live up in that like me dream house. No kissy even though she have a clean mouth.
You know what I mean? Because we need to start go live on Instagram too. And we have more than one TikTok accounts. You know what I mean? So we need to go live on both of them. See? So yeah, slacky about that, everybody. You know what I mean? don't know if are the oppressor, you know what I mean, or just the phone and move away. But we're going to jump to the scripture like what we say. We speak about the Judites going to war with the Ethiopians. So now, this is 2nd Chronicles 14:1, and it said, so Abijah slept with his father. Abijah would be a king of Israel. You know what I mean? And they buried him in the city of David, and Asa, his son, reigned in his stead. In his days, the land was quiet 10 years. Verse 2, and Asa did that which was good and right in the eyes of the Lord his God. See? Want to follow me? Hopefully you're still there. See? Verse 3, for he took away the altar of the strange gods. All right, let me just skip down. Hold on, I want to make sure I say this thing there. I think it's still freeze, you know. I think it's still freeze, but let me just find the part where it says Judah went to war with the Ethiopians. Okay, we have it right there, so. But I think more want this for load up, you know. More want TikTok for load up, because I don't want them miss this. But just bear with me a bit. You know what I mean? These are technical issues. See? Yeah, more likely it freeze. I mean, probably need to start over about the live. You heard me a bit.
Wait, somebody just said that people used to.
Don't want to resume live and it freeze same way. You know. Let me try it again one last time. All right, we're back. Yeah, we're back. All right, it seems like we're back on stream. See, so lucky about that. You know what I mean? All right, we're just going to jump straight into the scriptures. In. So basically, Judah and the Ethiopians were at war. So therefore, Ethiopians and Judites, let me just show you. See? So it said, and he built, this is 2nd Chronicles 14, let's start at 6. And he built fenced cities in Judah, for the land at rest. And he had no war in those years because the Lord had given him rest. Verse 7. Therefore, he said unto Judah, let us build these cities and make about them walls and towers, gate and bars, while the land is yet before us, because we have sought the Lord our God. We have sought him, and he has given us rest on every side. So they build and prosper. Verse 8. And Asa had an army of men that bear targets and spear out of Judah, 300,000, and out of Benjamin. Benjamin is another tribe in Israel. Again, Judah would be the leading tribe. Benjamin would be another tribe. See? But these are the Israelites. You understand? We here in Jamaica and in the Caribbean would be the Benjamites. The Judites would be the black American and the black Brazilians. See, let's continue reading. That bear shield and drew bows, 240,000. All these were mighty men of valor. See, verse 9. And there came against them Zerah, the Ethiopian. Zerah is the king of the Ethiopians, or a general in the Ethiopian army, with an host of 1,000. So he came with 1,000,000 soldiers. See? Hopefully not here I don't even know if we not see the feed. You know what I mean? Hopefully this back on track, get no, you know what I mean? I'm not sure if it back on track. But anyway, see? Well, it seems so, right? So this Ethiopian general or king came up against who? Judah, with 1,000,000 soldiers. So this nation of people called Ethiopians came to war Judah. See? All right, so seem like we're back. See? And there came out against them Zerah, the Ethiopian, with an host of 1,000, or 1,000,000. So 1,000,000 soldiers. See? And 300 chariots. And came unto Merisha. Verse 10. Then Asa went out against him, and they set the battle in array in the valley of Zephatah at Merisha. Verse 11. And Asa cried out unto the Lord, his God, and said, Lord, it is nothing with thee to help, whether with many or with them that have no power. Help us, O Lord, our God, for we rest on thee, and in thy name we go against this multitude. O Lord, thou art our God, let no man prevail against thee. See, let's continue. So Asa, which is the king of Judah, prayed to the Most High to help him defeat the Ethiopians. You understand? Let's see if the Most High helped Judah to defeat the Ethiopians. You know what I mean? Because now we have a conflict. Is God on the side of the Ethiopians? Let's see. See? Verse 12. So the Lord smote the Ethiopians before Asa and before Judah, and the Ethiopians fled. So this is an example where the Most High and Judah defeated the Ethiopians. So when the Rastafari community come with this nonsense that Selassie, who's an Ethiopian, come from the tribe of Judah, Virgin, an Ethiopian and a Judite is two different race of people. And then what makes it worse is them a try use the Bible. Well, me I read the Bible, and the Bible don't add up with this Ethiopian connection with Judah. As a matter of fact, the Bible show you that Judah and Ethiopians are enemies. So you can't now make this heathen the lion of the tribe of Judah because he's not from Judah. The Judites would have been at war with him. You understand? So that is just one thing we did want to show you where what this brother was saying. You know what I mean? So let me play what him say again.
This is Emperor Haile Selassie I. You know what I mean? King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering the tribe of Judah. And this is the only.
Him say Haile Selassie is the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. It does show you in our Revelations that Jesus is the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Why? Because Jesus come from the lineage of Judah. I'm sure you where Ethiopians and Judahites are two different people. As a matter of fact, they were at war. You understand? So this madness, and I think deep down in our mind, we know say what the Rastafari community teaches is madness. We know it not real. But because we want to cling on to something that we think will give us some identity, we accept it. And because we're lazy as a people when it comes to finding out who we are. We just accept anything that sounds good. But that should be no longer the case anymore, because now you have the ISUPK and a commanding general YAHANNA that give you back your knowledge, your nationality, telling you that you don't need to go through no Ethiopian to have connection with God. Because you are already, you know what I mean, from the nation that the Most High make a covenant. You are already a part of the Most High nation, the 12 tribes of Israel. You don't need to go through Rastafariism and to go over to Africa to find Ethiopia to feel like you're connected with the Bible, because the Bible is already talking about you. You understand? That is our point. That is what we are trying to tell you. This is our book. We wrote this. This is our records. When you talk about Judah, you're talking about our people. When you talk about Benjamin, that's our people. When you talk about Naphtali, Ephraim, our people. But when you talk about the Ethiopians, that's talking about our enemies. And it's such a betrayal of the Rastafari community, because now you want us to tie ourselves to our enemies, a people at one time that would come up against us with 1 million soldiers to annihilate us and overthrow us. Now you want us to join ourselves with them and to call dear emperor God. That's a betrayal. It's just like Christianity. Christianity make you know if you call the white man your God, that white Jesus. When our records never say Jesus white, it's saying he's a black man from the tribe of Judah. You understand? So that is why it's important. The job that we do in the ISUPK is very important. You might say, well, why you not leave the Rastafari community alone? We can't leave them alone because they might pollute the truth. You know what I mean? And the scripture tell you the truth. It will set you free. The lies have not set you free thus far, brethren. You have believed the lies for how much years, and you still a complain. Try the truth. The truth is Haile Selassie is a filthy heathen, and he is not no divine figure. He is just a tyrant, a tyrannical emperor who is people unalive because he was an oppressive emperor. And them disgrace and shame him by burying him in a toilet. That's just the truth. He's a nobody, you know what I mean? And he's not our king. That is the truth. But you want to prick it up and tell us that Haile Selassie like this brother, you know what I mean? I prick it up and I try and make Selassie out to be our king Yahawashi. That is a lie. And that don't match up with our records where we write the Bible, which is inspired by our God, that we have a covenant with. These lies have to be dispelled. We have to dispel these lies. We can't make them continue. Look on the condition of our people. Strong out pan weed. 90% of our people here in Jamaica smoke weed. Want stop and can't stop. Who you think caused that? With every religion and the worship of any God comes some disadvantage to our people. With the Christian church, it come, you know what I mean, high blood pressure, heart disease, because them tell us say you can't eat what you want to eat. Some destruction come with, you know what I mean, with some worship of any God that is not our God. Christianity make you serve, you know what I mean, the oppressor and white supremacy. Well, what come with Rastafarianism? Weed drug addicts, weed heads, 9th graders hooked on weed, can't focus enough to do well in school, can't focus enough to become, you know what I mean, to better themselves as a man or a woman in society, can't think straight, schizophrenic, you know what I mean, bipolarism, unable to focus enough to accept real knowledge and truth. That is what comes with believing in this God and sinning against our God. We have to throw them things through the window. This is madness. Haile Selassie is a filthy Eden. Haile Selassie couldn't tie with shoe. Haile Selassie is a tyrant and he didn't even love black people. He ignored us when we offered him help. When we wanted to rescue him. Imagine, you know, them say him with God, you know, Haile Selassie. See? But when he was in peril and an enemy was invading his land, we offer him help. But you know who him choose to accept help from? Our slave master, Britain. And because of that, Marcus Garvey burned him out and called him a traitor. And indeed, he wasn't any traitor because he didn't belong to us to begin with. He wasn't a traitor. He was just doing what our enemies have always done, picking the sides of our oppressor. He's not our people, he's not our king, he's a coward. And Marcus Garvey tell you, and if Marcus Garvey tell you, who am I to say that he is somebody? If Marcus Garvey, for him profit. Marcus Garvey, for him profit, you know. Don't the Rastafari community say Marcus Garvey is the prophet of Rastafarianism, the Holy Trinity, Prince Emmanuel, Haile Selassie, and Marcus Garvey. Now that them say, and Marcus Garvey I call this man a coward and an idiot. So what kind of division that in the Trinity? And we know where the Trinity come from. The Trinity come from the Catholic Church, which we know that the Roman Catholic Church is the father of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. We will not try to sell we. We not give back Rome. So when you come a burn Rome, but you not Rome. When you burn Babylon when Ethiopia was ancient Babylon. Rastafarianism is Babylon again. Confusion. Rastafarianism no make no sense. We're going to read something and show you. Say, look here, man. You see, Rastafarianism, just dash it with. Have some dignity for yourself, towards yourself. And know, say, me now go subscribe to something where don't have any foundation or, you know what I mean, nothing truthful backing it. Have some dignity in yourself and say, well, may I search for the truth, you know. But me definitely now subscribe to Rastafarianism because that foundation weak. Have some integrity. We're going to read some things. So first we're going to read Selassie Exile. Zin? So before me do that, let me play this part of the tape where the brother say Selassie defeated Italy, which is a lie.
A melanated person who ever defeated Italy, the beast, in this living modern era against a
him said Selassie defeated, you know what I mean, Italy. That's how him said. Then we're going to tell you what Selassie do when Mussolini invaded Ethiopia. Then, because the Rasta, you see, one thing with religions, you know, them now going to tell you, you know what I mean, the unpopular truth, you know. You see with our Bible, You see, the scriptures where we write is just facts. It tell you what we did do and why the Most High kick we out of the land. It tell you what the sins them will commit. We can't hide from the truth. The best you can do is change your ways and come back to the Most High. That is what we tell you. But you see, with these religions, them hide the truth. And this is the truth. This says, this is the HaileSelassie.com, FIRME website, Pro Selassie. See, this said, Haile Selassie went into exile from 1936 to 1941. Who know what exile means? When we just, for time's sake, runway, run away, hiding. So this brother thought like Selassie, you know what I mean, was this big, great champion, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Him run away. See? When Ethiopia was invaded and occupied by Italy. So they not only invaded, they occupied it. See? The first 4 years he stayed in Bath. Where's Bath? In England. So it's a Bath, England, after being given political asylum. Selassie was an asylum seeker. You know, like the people, you know, like the LGBT Jamaicans, them were run to America, telling lie about Jamaicans want to kill them and them a seek asylum. That was Selassie, seeking asylum with our oppressor. Zane, let's continue. After being given political asylum by the British, however, they would not have him stay in London, as it would have been politically embarrassing. What a shame. So Selassie run to our slave master for help, and them would even make him stay in them great city London. Them send him to Bath. Must if you go all a beard. Them send him to Bath. I didn't even know say a city did name Bath before I start read about Selassie. Them send him to Bath. Because they never want to keep him in London, because London is too good for him. So, in being invaded, run away, can seek help from the oppressor, and the oppressor was embarrassed at Haile Selassie. Let's continue. Haile Selassie left Ethiopia on May 1st, 1936. Then, days before the Italian took Addis Ababa. So before the Italian them even reach in capital city, him run with days, him give up days before them reach him foot, so him could have stand up and fight. Him fled from the battle. Haile Selassie was a coward, just like Marcus Garvey said. Then let's continue. He took a train to Djibouti and then boarded a ship, a British ship. He stopped in Jerusalem for a few days before continuing. Of course, before this, the fake Jews, them never in Israel. Then, the fake Jews weren't in Israel, but we were not in Israel neither, in our homeland. The entire Middle East was our land, but that small plot of land where the Palestinians them occupy is where them call Jerusalem or whatever. So he went to Jerusalem. You understand? Let's continue. Days before continuing to Europe, he spoke before the League of Nations in June, but by then it was obvious the League had failed at its job and there would be no opposition to Italy taking over Ethiopia. So Italy eventually took over him land. So he run go beg help all over the world. And he not get no strength. Then let's continue. The emperor then proceeded to Bath, England. See? Upon arriving in Bath, he stayed in an hotel. Shortly afterwards, he bought Fairfield House, and it was there he spent the remaining of his time. He was accompanied by his wife, his children, his grandchildren, servants, and others. In Bath, the emperor had to adjust to a new form of life. He was accustomed to an army of servants and lived in a palace. In Bath, he was living in a single house and he was financially restricted. He was forced to pawn off jewelry on a couple of occasions, in addition to providing for those who stayed with him in Bath. He was also supporting others in Jerusalem and for his children who traveled for school. Bath was cold and the empress was not able to cope with the change of, and left for Jerusalem. Then the emperor was able to do little for his country while in exile. In 1938, he traveled once again to Geneva to plead with the League of Nations not to have Ethiopia officially recognized as part of Italy, because Mussolini basically crowned himself emperor of Ethiopia. You understand? He had European allies who traveled to Ethiopia on behalf of the emperor and brought back a positive report in Ethiopia. In Ethiopia's struggle against the Italians. This report played a role in influencing the British to come to the aid of the emperor to retake Ethiopia. So this was part of the thing that convinced the British to come to his aid. So that what that brother was talking about, Haile Selassie defeated Italy. No such thing. It was Britain who sent troops to defeat Italy. See, when Italy declared war on England in 1940, the British flew the emperor to Sudan, helped him build an army, and within a time of 7 months, the emperor was back in his country and his position as leader restored. So it was the British that put him back on his throne. So this brother we are talking about, you know what I mean? He was the only emperor to defeat Italy, a modern army. It wasn't his army. And he had to beg for years, about 5 years before him get help. You understand? And the only reason why them help him is because Germany invaded Poland. When Germany invaded Poland, World War II started and Italy was on the side of Germany. Otherwise, Britain wouldn't even help him. And what this is not saying is that Britain sent, thousands of troops to fight on his behalf. And after that, it came with criteria where now he started to oppress his own people to pay off back the debt to Britain. And then people uprise and analyze him. He was just a regular coward emperor who was, ousted by his own people. That's his legacy. But we here, the children of Israel here in Jamaica, God's chosen stiff-necked people, make him out to be a God. Make him out to be our God. When he's not even a good emperor. This is, brethren, me see why the Most High say he's a jealous God, because you're going to put this coward over him. You're going to worship this coward over him. The God who took us out of slavery, destroyed Egypt. We are going to worship a coward over him. All right. Since you don't believe say he's a coward, we're going to show you what Selassie said, where Marcus Garvey said about him. In the meanwhile, everybody tap up the screen, like, share, follow, subscribe, depending on the platform you're watching on. See? We're going to read some articles. You know what I mean? Why there's so much to read. There's so much. I can't read through 20% of what I have tonight. I'm now going to finish reading 20%. You see me? We're about 20%. Not even 5. Not even 5. So this says, editorial, the failure of Haile Selassie as emperor by Marcus Garvey. editorial by Marcus Garvey in The Black Man. So Marcus Garvey had an editorial called The Black Man. See? London, March, April 1937. See? The reason why we are reading from Marcus Garvey is because the Rastafari community considers Marcus Garvey to be the prophet to Haile Selassie. See? And the Rastafari community was built upon a saying of Marcus Garvey. And we're going to show you that Marcus Garvey would have never had it. That would have never happened. Rastafarianism would have never been created if Marcus Garvey was still here in Jamaica. Marcus Garvey would turn in him grave if he know say people they are called Haile Selassie God. Marcus Garvey would have a drape up Haile Selassie and shot him 2 back for proof to say, yo, hey, you don't have sense? Let's read this. It said, the failure of Haile Selassie as emperor. When the facts of history are written, Haile Selassie of Abyssinia will go down as a great coward. This is Marcus Garvey in a brethren. You just go research, no man. I not talk nothing when I make up. It's dead. See? Go down as a great coward who ran away from his country to save his skin and left the millions of his countrymen to struggle through a terrible war that he brought upon them because of his political ignorance and his racial disloyalty. Bear in mind, Marcus Garvey consider him to be a black man. You know, we don't consider him to be one of us. Marcus Garvey is not in the truth, so Marcus Garvey don't know no better. See, we don't follow Marcus Garvey, but the Rastafari community does. So let's hear Marcus Garvey. See, it is a pity that a man of the limited intellectual caliber and weak political character like Haile Selassie became emperor of Abyssinia. Abyssinia is Ethiopia. At so crucial a time in the political history of the world. See, unfortunately, Abyssinia lost the controlling influence of a political personality of patriotic racial character like the late Menelik. So he might big up Menelik before, you know what I mean, that are the Menelik, the emperor, but 2 emperors before Haile Selassie. See? So Marcus Garvey a big him up, but he might bring down the Rastafarian God and Christ. This is the prophet of Rastafarianism destroying them God, you know. You can imagine Moses had destroyed the Most High. I talk bad about the Most High. That would never happen. Can you imagine Christ speaking bad about the Most High? That would never happen. Well, this is the foundation of Rastafarianism. See, this is how weak it is, that the prophet is calling the God a coward. Can you imagine that? Are you proud to be a Rastafarian? Or are you going to say that what I am saying is lies without using your little Google fingers to find out? This is an editorial. Marcus Garvey wrote this, and all of the big Rasta them know about this. Them not tell you. Them find excuses when them know Marcus Garvey never, you know what I mean, a mess with Haile Selassie. He never deal with, he never consider him nobody of importance. Let's continue reading. Zin, whose loyalty to his race and devotion to his country excel all his other qualities, to the extent that he was able to use that very strength to continuously safeguard the interests of the Ethiopian empire. What he did so well to preserve. Let me put this on the screen. Let me just share this on the screen for those watching on TikTok, those watching on Facebook. So lucky about that. Zin. So you can see what I go on. All right, so I'm about right here. This paragraph me there right now. See? Slack. What he did so well to preserve a cringing white slave hero worshipper, visionless, disloyal to his country, threw away. This is the impression the serial-minded political student forms of the conduct of the ex-emperor of Abyssinia. Next paragraph, titled, Every Negro Ashamed. Every Negro who is proud of his race must be ashamed of the way in which Haile Selassie surrendered himself to the white wolves of Europe. That is Marcus Garvey said that. These are things that you don't know, and that's why you run up and down and talk about Haile Selassie, Rastafari, praising this coward that Marcus Garvey said you should have been ashamed of. But because you don't know any better, because the Rastafari community sings such good songs, like the Christian church, and the reggae music come like gospel music, you know, towards this idiot, you know. Reggae music is like gospel music to me. I hardly listen to reggae music anymore. We might start do some reggae music, but make it about the truth. Because the Rastafari community have totally turned our culture into the worship of this coward. You understand? Let's continue reading. These statements may be considered very severe, and in fact, they are. We could have been otherwise apologetic and sympathetic, but that would have been only if we were dealing with a Coptic priest or a religious monk, and not an emperor who held and presided over the political trust of 12 million people of his own country and the political destiny of the entire Negro race. This little misguided emperor could not the man called him little misguided emperor. Virgin, you don't need the worst disrespect this, you know. Marcus Garvey disrespect Haile Selassie in the worst way, you know. Claude Stevens asked me who I praise. I praise the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God in the Bible that was written by our foreparents. We being the children of Israel, the real Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. That is who we worship. Do you still worship Haile Selassie? After what Marcus Garvey said about him? That is my question to you. Let's continue reading. This little misguided emperor could not realize that he held in his hand the political trust of the hundreds of millions of Negroes of the world, men and women, who were looking up towards the firm establishment of the political sovereignty, and that Ethiopia, like Liberia and Haiti, were to them prize of glory to be perpetuated and strengthened in the maintenance of the dignity of the black race that other men have claimed to be incompetent, inferior, and unworthy, which every black man must disapprove or disprove. So the man even big up 80, and rightfully so, but he couldn't big up this coward. This is who you worship as God. This is your example of coward. No wonder why we have not found ourselves, you know what I mean, out of the grasp of this oppressor. Because if you worship a coward, what are you? We in the ISUPK and the command in general, Your Honor, we say no cowards. We say no cowards. You understand? And now you understand why the Rastafari community have never done anything to liberate or free our people, because That's a religion of cowards. He asks, Claude Stephen asks, what is your God's name? His name is Yahweh in the Hebrew. That's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's the God of our forefathers. That's the God of Israel, which we are, blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians. You understand? All right. Yeah, I'm going to read all of this, you know. I'm going to read all of this. I'm going to go look it up. Zane? What the next thing I want to bring out now? Let me check the time. All right. All right. We're going to show you, say, if Marcus Garvey was still here in Jamaica, there would be no Rastafari movement. None. Zane, let's see if I hit this. All right. So it said, this is Africa that me, Zin, Haile Selassie and the Rastafarian movement. Haile Selassie is regarded by the Rastafari fraternity as the incarnation of God. That is what anybody who's scholarly get from the Rastafari perspective. Them like to change it here and change it there. No, Selassie is not God. Selassie is just somebody for us to follow. No, Selassie is the Christ. No, he's not the Christ. No, he's just God. Stop the foolishness. You can't fix it to fit the times, bro. Back in the past, at the inception, he was considered God and Christ and everybody in a one. We don't just change him title for fit on the narratives. See, let's continue. Haile Selassie is regarded by the Rastafari fraternity as the incarnation of God to unify all the peoples of Africa and the human race. The name of the movement came from Rastafari, a combination of his name and the noble title Ras. So the fact that on the name Rasta is you saying that you're naming yourself after the man literal birth name. Rastafari, that's his birth name, that's way his mother and father name him. So you can't say you know your God. If I know your God, I must your father. If I know your God, I your father. See? Let's continue, which translates to prince. Marcus Garvey teaching greatly influenced the formation of the Rastafari movement. Although Marcus Garvey never actually followed Rastafariism or believed in it, he is considered to be one of the movement's prophets. And that is a fact. Marcus Garvey is considered by the Rastafari community as the prophet of Rastafariism. As a matter of fact, Marcus Garvey is the pioneer unknowingly of the Rastafari movement. Why? Let's read. Zane, he is considered to be one of the movement's prophet because it was his ideology that eventually grew into the Rastafari ideology. Zane, Garvey proclaimed that black people should look for the black king who would be crowned in the east. So this is Marcus Garvey not knowing the truth, misrepresenting a scripture in the Bible that says kings shall come from the east. See, I'm paraphrasing. He don't know the Bible. Because him read it in the Bible one before, him misunderstand it and misquote it, and it just pick up on it. And this is basically us in a nutshell. We hear something there and we hear something here, and we formulate our own mindset around it. This is what Marcus Garvey did. He read something like the Bible and he formulate his own interpretation. But he was not talking about Selassie. See, Garvey proclaimed that black people should look to the Slakia should look for a black king who would come would be crowned in the east. Because this, and he never ever say that like that. He said, look to the east, something nada. He never said, look for the crown enough. You know what I mean? A king. But anyway, because the king was the black redeemer and deliverer. He never said it like that. See? When he left the when he left for the United States, many of his followers still gathered together. So the Garveyites, them in Jamaica, still gathered together, even though Marcus Garvey left for the United States. See? But had no leader to follow. So the Garveyites, they never have no leader to follow. See? In 1930, when Haile Selassie was crowned Emperor of Ethiopia, many Garveyites had forgotten the message Garvey had told them when he left. But when Selassie was crowned, it was remembered by many Rasta. Leonard Howell, the founder of the Rastafari movement, was a Garveyite. However, has been considered as the first Rasta in his book. The Promise Key launched the propaganda of his message of Rastafariism. You understand? So, when Marcus Garvey left for America, them theme followers them farm Rastafariism. But you know what Marcus Garvey did I do when them a farm Rastafariism? Burn out Haile Selassie as a coward. If Marcus Garvey did no say that, them a do down this up. He would have fly back come to Jamaica. All right, so Claude Stephen said, why you pick on Rasta? So Claude Stephen never was present last class, last week Wednesday class, when me da pick on Christianity. So, you know what I mean? You're not special, but just me pick on any lies. Anything that is a lie to our people, I eat my pick on. And Christianity and Rastafariism here in Jamaica are the two main lies. It and JLP and PMP. Them me a pick pan. And we now stop pick pan them till we pick off the whole of them and them done. Figuratively speaking. See? So Ricardo said, bless up man. Thank you for your knowledge. You are one of the truthful one. Yeah man. So we have to give thanks to the Most High and Christ and you know what I mean, the ISUPK and the command in general, your honor. Ricardo would advise you to get inside the school. You know what I mean? Because this is not my knowledge. See? This is what I learn. You know what I mean? I learn the truth by coming into this school. I learn my history. You understand? Yeah, man. So get inside here. You know what I mean? So this is why Rastafariism started. Leonard Howell, who was the father of Rastafariism, was a son of Marcus Garvey. And because Marcus Garvey wasn't present, like, you know what I mean, like how them would have said, you know what I mean, we call it, what them call a father that is not present in the house, absent father. His son, Leonard Howell, start worship somebody who him father don't even consider to be anybody of any reputation. So him son start worship somebody who him father would have looked down upon, which is an embarrassment to him father. That is how Rastafariism start. Because of the disobedience of a son to him father. And if this son would have continued to listen to him father, Rastafariism would have been wouldn't exist. And so many of our people wouldn't be hooked upon weed. And I grow shiva jitters and I call it lax. And I big up Africa more than them big up them own brothers and sisters here in Jamaica. Rastafariism is a African supremacist religion, just like Christianity is a white supremacist religion. Rastafariism teach you how to hate your own people and love Africans Christianity teach you how to hate your own people and love the white man. You know what I mean? But that now is the time for us to put that aside. You know what I mean? Notice how we're not answer, you know. We did forget a debate with Bobo Hill. Them no want it. Because nobody can answer this. So we just come like a voice in the wilderness. You know what I mean? Trying to wake our people up. But guess what? While we attack, the Most High at work. Because Rastafariism is going to be no more. Christianity is going to be no more. This JLP and PMP thing where our people have run back at thinking that them are going to help, it's going to be no more. Soon, the ISUPK and the Commanding General, YAHANNA, are going to be your only source of knowledge and leadership. Because the Most High want it like that. You know what I mean? And I feel like we should just close out the class on that note. You know what I mean? With that, we're going to just go to the security announcement. Remember to like, share, follow, subscribe for the ISUPK and the Commanding General YAHANNA. You know what I mean? The home of the truth. You see? This is the ISUPK security announcement, where the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You know what I mean? Tithes where you pay to the Christian church and then teach you nothing but lies and then start to know. This is why you should pay to the ISUPK. Because when you pay your tithes to the priests and prophets, you know what I mean, of the Most High, you know what happens? You have food drives, clothing drives, and all manner of assistance to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The Christian church right now, them roof get blow off, God blow off them roof, and them want the government put on them roof. With your taxpayer money, with them not pay no tax. So why not pay them tithes for you? Pay your tithes to Commanding General YAHANNA and stop feeding them greedy Christian pork chop eating pastor. See? So tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers chapter 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3 verse 8 to 10. It means tenth in the Hebrew, and tithes is pronounced Mahishara in the Hebrew. This means tenth. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priest, whatsoever amount you like. See? So go over to isupk.com, pay your tithes, you know what I mean, give a donation so that this truth can reach the four corners of the earth. You understand? Yeah, man. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you like. Upcoming Holy Convocation. So the next upcoming Holy Convocation is the Feast of Purim. And this is the 14th day of the 15th and the 15th day of the 12th month. So the 12th month is March. See? So this is Monday, the 2nd of March, and Tuesday, the 3rd of March this year. You can find the Feast of Purim in Esther 9 and 20 to 31. You know what I mean? The Feast of Purim is one of the holy days that the Most High gave us that is written of in the Bible. We keep those holy days. If you notice, the Christian church, them keep holidays. Then keep Christmas, where that come from? The oppressor. Then keep Valentine's Day, where that come from? The oppressor. But I thought the Christian church was the church of God, was the house of God. Why them don't keep nothing in the Bible, the word of God, but them keep everything that the slave master give us? Think about that. See? Reminding Akiam and Akwatiam to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. So if you want to be a soldier in the ISUPK, you know what I mean, get in class. Class is free. You understand? Yeah, man. With that, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Basham Yahweh Barak, a thumb. Yanimata, we're going to give the sisters a courtesy salute as well. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alathan Basham Yahweh Shai. Yanimata, class dismissed. And feel free to contact us, you know what I mean? On all our pages, we have a link tree with all our social medias. The number is there. You can give us a call. You know what I mean? If you want counseling, we provide that as well. You know what I mean? So just give us a call, interact with us. You know what I mean? Get to know us. You understand? Don't just look at us as some, you know what I mean, some radical black men who just want to destroy Rastafariism and Christianity, which is good. We need to do that. You know what I mean? I also destroy, we don't mean the people, them. We mean the ideology. See? But get to know us. You know what I mean? Get to see the brotherhood in the ISUPK and the sisterhood. The love that Commanding General YAHANNA and his soldiers have for our people. You know what I mean? Don't follow the propaganda out there. You know what I mean? That these men, them just radical and rare. It's nothing but love for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? We might talk rough, but we are soft when it comes to UNO. You understand? But we are strong when it comes to come up against the oppressor and this wicked kingdom. You understand? With that, follow, share, like, subscribe. Shalom.
Yeah. One West. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We work hard in a life, hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and a dig it in a road and all live my life. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now me a seek time for myself and me a shell down some party. Be stressed, me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to that girl in a the beach dress. The body a roller, she a the neatest. She nah no man, nah that a the weakness. So me the in her ears, but not like a real pest. Nah, just a move with a vibe. Because we are poor, the mood is alive. If you do 9 to 5 and you a get rich, you do realize. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now we are poor, kulu rump and NSC with Campari. That is it. Move to that girl, the body thing. What is it? You know see me attack loud the politics. Watch it twist. No one seen a chick flick, no matic click. No negative energy, a positive. One way I keep the peace and no magic trick. We are dance till the night gone. We are groove, we are vibe. And no care, no fear right off. Make it home with your life. Me say, me no want see you leave yet. Me no want see you depressed. We are party for de-stress. We work hard in a life. Hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and I mash up the road and I live no life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Me stressed. Me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a